Morning, it's 6:17 a.m. Be prepared, this one's going to be a classic. You'll notice that a lot of people said they're receiving notices from the IRS. And I'm one of the lucky few that got that IRS letter. What the IRS is stating that the people who invest in Bitcoin, Litecoin, are hiding their profits from the IRS. You sit there, profits? 90% of the people that invested in crypto have lost all their money. So that's why the traders keep telling you, don't invest money you cannot afford to lose. So the guidelines are unclear of exactly what crypto is actually is. So I wrote mine under capital gains and losses. And in the letter it states, virtual currency is considered property for federal income tax purposes. When was that decided? Because the federal judges in 2018 ruled that cryptocurrency was a security. Generally, I like this generally. What do you mean by generally? There's either a tax code for cryptocurrency or there isn't. I don't see any tax code that's even in here that says anything about cryptocurrency. If you're saying people owe you money on their cryptocurrencies transactions, they would have to make a profit. If 90% of the people who put money into crypto have lost all their capital, and you can see here why, because I'm trying to expose the manipulation that's going on that caused all the people to lose their money, then you're going to turn around and say, well, you had some transactions and you owe us tax money on it. Yeah, if we made anything, you idiots at the IRS. If 90% of the people who invested in crypto lose all their money, what makes you think you're going to achieve anything by sending threatening letters out to people that if you don't come and report your earnings when there's losses, which people have reported? There's nobody in the world that's not going to report their losses on cryptocurrency. This is the dumbest thing I ever seen. Matter of fact, if these agencies would have went after these cryptocurrency exchanges, maybe there would have been something for them to recoup. But instead, what do? They sat there and let this market maker, which I have total proof, steal off of people, including myself. Or did they not see that? Did they not see the big collapse in the market where Litecoin went from $380 down to $27? What profit would you have to report in an instant like that? And the market still hasn't recovered in most cases. People are still at a loss. So this is the dumbest thing I ever seen in my life. The IRS is coming after you to pay taxes on a security or property which you lost. Most of your investment. It's not considered property. It's either considered a commodity or security if it's on an exchange. It's not property. Physical property, you're going to have the ability to move, to take with you. Like put it in your pocket. You cannot do that with crypto. You cannot physically take crypto coin like change and put it in your pocket. It needs hardware to support it. It's digital. So now they're thirsty. They think people are making millions of dollars and driving Lambos on crypto. Meanwhile, the manipulation is so rampant that 90% of the people lose their whole investment. And if you do make any profit, the next 24 hours it's gone. If you don't sell out, that's how volatile the market is. So this has got to be the most numbskullish thing I ever seen the IRS ever do. Such high volatility that in the same week, within a year, you can go from $1,000 down to $2, and you paid $4 for the security. So I don't know which rules these guys are going off of, because first of all, I'll show you something. The IRS, this is SC chairman explains how it classifies cryptocurrencies as securities. Now, I'm sorry, I treated it, Jay Clayton spelled it out in a signed letter, okay? You federal agencies better get your act together, because you're saying one thing, I treated it just as a security, and I reported my losses, which 90% of the people have losses. So all my transactions have been reported, okay? Now you're telling me that it needs to be done a certain way. Now, you guys were unclear, all your federal agencies were unclear how they were going to treat cryptocurrency. So the IRS, go take a walk, all right? You got to prove that I had profits, that I didn't make anything. I got proof that contrary to that. And a matter of fact, if your agencies would have done what they were supposed to do, maybe you would have had some taxes to collect, but you let these guys run amok on the exchanges and build hundreds of millions of dollars. If you want to know where the money is from all this cryptocurrency, you go to the market makers of these exchanges. They made all the money on crypto because none of the investors did. I mean, this is insult to injury here right now. I'm involved with 3 or 4 different agencies, and where we figured out how they stole hundreds of millions of dollars. Ethereum is currently too decentralized to be a security. So you guys got to figure out, what is it? Is it security? Is it a currency? And you're trying to tax it under, and you don't even know what it is. Oh, it's property. Yeah, well, everything's property. Bonds are property, but that's still considered a security. So whatever this scare is right now, all this is an orchestrated threat. They openly put, oh, you'll be criminally prosecuted if you don't fill out your stuff. You fucking idiots, the IRS. Wait when you hear the call I give them Monday. So you're telling me in a market where you can go and find, it's known that 90% of the people who invest in this lose their money, that we owe you money like we made a profit. They're idiots. The SEC is policing these markets vigorously. Nobody's going to jail. You see, this letter is just a vague threat to get you to pay them money. This is friggin' organized extortion right here. Organized extortion. Oh, you need to amend your taxes and pay your back taxes. What back taxes? You're doing it based on what? Have you looked at the crypto market, you idiots at the IRS? Have you seen how much people have lost, how it was devalued from 2017 in the same year when the crash started, December 18th? Are you looking into that? Oh, wow. Have you seen how much everything was devalued for the long-term holder, which most of us were? It still hasn't recovered. It hasn't even got, and the cryptocurrency that I invest in would probably never go back to the price that I paid for it, because the market makers crashed the market and now clearly maintain it. Look at this, to keep their $2 spread. Are you looking at this? Look at this. And then you're going to tell us that we are hiding money from you. Friggin' idiots at the IRS. That's another useful fucking thing. Flat tax us and abolish the IRS, because they're running around threatening people. They'll abolish ICE for mistreating people. They're out to abolish ICE, but the IRS tells us, you give us money because you had transactions and we have information. Generally, you have to pay us tax money on your earnings, and they don't even have no proof. If they had any brains, they would know 90% of the people have lost all their money on crypto. So out of 10,000 people, maybe you got 1,000 that barely got. There's about 90% of the 10,000, 9,000 of them lost all their money. And out of the 1,000 that are left over, you probably 3/4 of them barely made their investment back. What's that leave you with 500 people that made money? Wow, what a waste. What a bunch of knuckleheads at the IRS. Ooh, these people, ooh, they're making money. Let me show you something, IRS. Look, let's pay attention here. Let's go back to the Wayback Machine. What money has anybody made? What money has anybody made? When I came in, it's not. You see, they're taking the whole market as a whole, like everybody invested from the beginning, and you got millions of dollars hidden from the IRS. Meanwhile, people who just come into the market are being penalized like they were in there when Litecoin first came out, and it was like 2 cents, and you didn't pay your taxes. Now look at this dump. Now the idiots on technical analysis switched their view this morning. Oh, we think it's going to go up, Litecoin, Bitcoin, oh, it's going to go up. We're just waiting for the big breakthrough. Here comes your big breakthrough. Oh, it's going to be a bullish break. And as soon as I seen it, they did that, I said, up, there goes the kiss of death. And when I went to all you geniuses out there doing their technical analysis, oh, Bitcoin's going to go up to 12,000 now. It hasn't. It's almost like the market manipulator waits until you guys feed us the bullshit story, and then they dump it. You guys on technical analysis, there's maybe only one person out there that does technical analysis without all the bullshit, who doesn't flip-flop all the time. Just yesterday, you guys were saying it was going to get dumped. This morning, you wake up, it's going to go up. And then the IRS comes in and tells you, oh, yeah, everybody's making money. You owe us back taxes. You know what, IRS, you're going to get a whole bunch of people calling you up to tell you to go F yourself. That's what's going to happen. I'm calling you Monday. I'm going to ask you some questions. I'm recording that shit. I'm going to say if 90% of the people who invest in crypto lose their money, how is it possible that out of these 10,000 people that anybody owes you back taxes? I want to hear this. Who's the genius who came out? These people are cheating us. They're gonna get after them at the IRS. How? When everybody knows this, we figured it out. The market is manipulated. How about you go after the market manipulator? He has plenty of cash from ill-gotten gains. He's making $2 a coin here on the whole volume. Why don't you go after him? Not after his victims. It's ridiculous, people. It's ridiculous. I knew this dump was coming. I told you guys days ago this dump was coming. And then the idiots are out there. Oh, it's going to go bullish. Exactly the day when this guy dumps it down. I told you he was working on this. I know this market maker. I see how he moves his trades. I know what his intent is. I said this days ago. I could prove it. It's not bullshit. All you have to do is just go to my channel, man. Right here. Right here. Don't believe me? Right here, I told you he was going to dump the market. Go in my videos. I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. Go in my videos. It tells you that they're going to jump the market. I told you what the market maker was going to do. Stop listening to these guys that do this technical analysis. They're full of shit.
Good evening.
I told you they were going to jump days ago.
Eastern Standard Time, July 25th.
Let's see.
All right,
Evening
people.
update.
That's all I got to
Litecoin.
say.
I see a lot of counteraction.